more Esop here, guys, and in today's video I'm answering your questions that you asked on my Facebook fan page. Fitness questions, so training and nutrition. I'm taking the best ones, the ones that I feel that could help the most amount of people, and I'm going to give clear, concise answers. Let's get started. Do you smoke weed? Well, I prefer my proclivities to amp me up, not bring me down. Fasted training while trying to gain muscle, good or bad, it depends on you. Me personally, I don't do it, right? I prefer to have a solid breakfast before I lift some heavy ass weight. It's up to you. Best exercises for targeting lagging mid-traps. Good question. Okay, so what are the function of the mid-traps? Well, scapular retraction. So you want to think that when you're doing pulling movements, horizontal pulling movements, so rows, right, for the mid-traps, that you're focusing on that retraction, the tight retraction. I'd also recommend, for you to really do either a chest row pull, something where you feel that contraction in the back and not in your arms, and not in the upper traps taking over. So down and back retraction. Omar, if I only care about looking good naked, shame on you. Is it worth hitting abs directly past a certain point? In other words, after a couple years of training, are they done growing? Well, first of all, I do believe it depends upon the individual, and keep in mind when you do big fundamental compound movements. So if you're a beginner, a front squat is great for developing your core. A deadlift, the same idea, you have to actively engage it. However, if you do want a decent six-pack, for a lot of people, you will have to train your abs. Not frequently, right? Maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, a couple sets, couple different exercises. And I would still recommend training them at least one time a week. They are a muscle group and they should be trained like any other muscle group where you hit them heavier and you do fewer reps. You're not doing 1,000 sit-ups a day. You're doing, 8 to 12 repetitions, 3 to 4 sets, 2 to 3 movements. Is Cali muscle natural? Scooby, please. You already know the answer to that question. Why you even bother asking me it? What do you think about naps during the day and how long is acceptable, and will it make up for your night's sleep? I'm no sleep expert, but I do enjoy sleeping. So I will say from personal experience that I think that you should try and get to bed earlier and get that long restful sleep. Taking a midday nap when you're tired is okay, but it shouldn't become a habit because your body, what I've found, gets used to it where you come to expect it and your energy is broken up in that day. So you're not fully rested either in the morning. You need to take a nap to get more energy midday, and then you have a second phase of energy that becomes harder to fall asleep. I might be different than you, but that's what I've found. Best rep ranges for getting size on the legs, mass on that ass. Well, I will say this, I think too many guys will do higher reps when they read in the bodybuilding magazines, oh, I gotta do 20 reps on the squat to build the quads. The truth is, what I personally prefer to do, and I got legs, I got a booty, is start with a lower rep range, right? So you do the big heavy shit, so say 3 to 5 reps, and gradually throughout the workout, you'll increase the rep range. So you work through the full spectrum, right? So you'll start from 3 to 5 reps, and by the end of the workout, say your last exercise is, I don't know, lunges or whatnot, it'd be maybe 12 to 15 repetitions maximum. So I think it's more important to work through the entire rep range than stick to one specifically. Bam! Do you need to tuck your elbows in on all barbell bench presses, and does this apply to dumbbells too? Well, you can certainly do the guillotine press where your elbows are flared out. If we're talking about anatomically what is the safest on your shoulders, then absolutely you should tuck your shoulders in, and that should apply as well for the dumbbell press. I will say for most of you guys that don't have the requisite mobility to be pulling off that shit with your elbows flared out during the guillotine press, stick with your elbows tucked in. Does consuming gluten products such as Wonder Bread affect muscle growth? I think the more important aspect of this question is, should I eat things that disagree with me, where you have either an allergic reaction or intolerance, where you feel bloated, lethargic, tired, you break out, you have pepperoni face, and I feel personally that you should not eat anything that disagrees with you. So gluten for me doesn't really agree, so I try to limit it. I eat sprouted grain bread. At the same time, if you're able to eat Pop-Tarts and you're totally fine and you don't break out and you're not constipated, then brother, Pop-Tart into the sunset. It's individual dependent. When is your meetup in Toronto? Man, I've been moving, but I will be having the free, you don't gotta pay for shit, not even to pay to get into the gym, Toronto meetup. It looks like end of September, maybe early October. I'll keep you guys posted, and there will be deadlifts. That's the video. Answered a whole lot of questions. I feel better about myself. Hopefully you do. If not, you stuck around. I don't know why. if you got more questions, make sure to get on my Facebook fan page. That's where all the business goes down. So thank you for watching my video. Show your support. Like the video. Don't be a fool. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll be seeing all you guys, yeah, that finger point, in the next video. Peace. And I just want to say that I got my branding going on. In the future, my training philosophy, I'm going to be talking about it, but Ascension Athletics is going to be my brand. And to launch this, I already have an Ascension bracelet. I now have a hoodie with a badass design. Bam, let's get it up. The Omni-Man emerging from the double helix. I'm going to explain what that means in a bit. It's a very powerful message, right, about tapping into your innate potential. That hoodie is available, and I also want to talk about something else to all my Rascal Apparel fans, those who have been buying my shirts. I want to apologize to a very small percentage of you guys who have not been able to respond to your questions about your order. And the reason for that right now, honestly, it's exploded, the t-shirt store. The level of support that I have is unreal. And when you guys ask questions, realize it's just me right now handling all this, answering all the questions. So it's me directly. And what happens, I try to answer as many as possible, but about a good solid 80 to 95% of your questions have already been answered on the website. So the people that really need my help aren't getting their help. In other words, if you buy a shirt and it says pre-sale, will ship on October 10th, and it's August 30th, and you're saying, where's my shirt? Dude, you didn't read the first part of the description. So 9 times out of 10 when I open up an email, it's a question that's been answered. So that one guy that's like, hey, you know, I live in Dubai, something has happened, customs or some shit, I need help, man. His question is less likely to get answered, and so I have a few customers then as a result, because of the volume, that I'm not able to reach. So I ask you, if you have a question, make sure you consult the website. I'm going to include a link in the description, my email, that you guys personally can ask me if you have a delay with your order, if you have an issue, and I'm here to help. And realize, lastly I want to say, I want to keep always, because I feel the designs are really high quality, they're unique, they're original, no one else has shit like this out there, and I'm only going to be putting out more. But I want to provide great value. So I keep the price lower by, you know, right now I don't have customer service. I'm handling it all myself. But also keeping the price of the shirts down for you guys. I can easily jack this shit up, hire someone else out to do it, but I'm not about that. I'm working on it. It's going to get fixed. I am going to get some customer service going on in the future. Just bear with me. And for those that I've not been able to reach, I truly apologize. I'll try and get to you guys as soon as possible.